not particularly hard, but it does seem fairly firm. It looks like a fairly good grass covering. So yeah, pretty reasonable conditions for football, apart from the cross breeze. So it'll be interesting to see how both these sides deal with the conditions. A bit better than Smackers is dealing with it by the sense of things.
Just open the window and.
No, it's better. There's more atmosphere this way. We'll find out how we fare. Look, boys, I'll offer you a compromise. If it's diabolical in the first quarter, we'll shut it at quarter
time. Can we
time.
wear your gloves, Peppy?
But you can't.
Tweet them
I'm
out,
not
Peppy.
wearing them, even if it's snowing, Willow.
We'll tweet them out to the listeners.
So
Put them on and take a photo, Willow, and get it out there.
both teams are going into their positions now early, so we are going to start a little bit early. It doesn't matter what they look like, Smackers. They keep my hands warm, so leave me alone. I've got a question to pose to you before the bounce. First question, do the respective lead-ins have an impact on this game? A much tougher game for Wyndham Suns versus a pretty easy one for Point Cook Centrals, and then who wins?
It does, but it all depends how your players pull up. But I'm going to go the Suns because they're on their home deck.
Yeah, I think I picked them during the week as well. Willow, the opening bounce on 88.9 Win FM. Take us away.
It's Point Cook Centrals challenging Wyndham Suns for top spot in Division 3. Plays underway. Iconey tries to run on it, can't gather it. Pulling there for Point Cook Centrals. Got it, then there's a handball over the top there. Finds his way to Barnes for the Sharks. He's on his left foot, kicks it to left half forward. Bouncing ball will roll out of bounds, and we're going to throw in at left half forward for Point Cook Centrals. The first versus second, so it's a massive clash here. Winner gets top spot. Umpire throws it back in. It's a shallow one. We've got a whistle. Free kick. No, it's a free kick. Thought maybe it was going to be another throw-in, but it isn't. Barnes has got the free kick. Kicks a low ball. It's a good kick. Spots up his teammate at about the 50 there. It's Liam Henderson. He kicks another low ball inside 50. Good fist from behind there by the Suns defender. Now they look to get it out of their defensive 50. Players all around the ball. Umpire's going to come in now and ball it up. 30 out from the Point Cook Central's goal. Kicking to the left of your radio dial. Now from the restart, quick snap there from Razlog. Hasn't scored, and now the clearance will come out wide, and the mark is taken out there, I think, by Valla.
So Vala's got it at left half back for the Suns. He kicks it down the wing, searching for Galena. Rose high, couldn't bring down the mark numbers with Point Cook Centrals at the fall. It slips out to the side. Umpire waves play on. Knocked over again. There was Valla, and there's a whistle. A free kick going the way of Point Cook Centrals.
Not yet.
At right half forward, kick in the Henderson direction. That was one of three. Dean couldn't take the mark. Clearing ball comes out of defence by Scarpino for the Suns, but it's chopped off at the halfway point in the middle for Maine. He goes back on his mark and takes his time. Works the hand pass defensive side. And then the ball out to the broadcast wing. Searching for Barnes. Runs into a bit of trouble. Brought down. Strong tackle by Moore. And the umpire didn't ping him for holding it. It'll be balled up on centre wing on the clubroom side of the ground here at Goddard Street Reserve.
It's just a couple of good matchups. Sagona's got Kirk. Abea's running with Inakona, and Tumulty's got the job on Luke Henderson.
So Ryan goes in up in the ruck, wins it down straight to Point Cook Centrals. They get the clearance up towards half-forward. Mark's been taken by Liam Henderson. He plays up, didn't go back behind his mark. I'm not sure about that. He turned it over. Might have been a bit of karma there. It spills out to the side for Clayton. His kick was smothered. It's going to be roved by Taylor. He runs into a bit of trouble but gets away. Hand pass missed. Scarpino had to go get it. It was corralled by Schultz. Got the kick away just in the nick of time. A chance there for Valla. Works the hand pass up the wing, and they've got numbers. A good kick up towards half forward. The mark's been taken by Samet. He can kick the Suns deep into attack. Gets over the back. Nerelik's there. It roves right to the teeth of goal. It's socked across the face by the Sharks' defence, and they're happy to concede a boundary throw-in. But they did well to cover that on the last line, Point Cook Centrals. It'll be thrown in right forward pocket. Still no score. 3.5 gone in the opening term.
So Nerelik in the ruck against Maine. Again, the Win holds up the throw-in. Umpire lets it go. Centrals look to repel. They get the clearance. Short ball. Bounce at the feet there as Schultz. Picked it up well then. They run with their handball. Edwards got the handball away. Now they're in the middle of the ground here. Goddard Street reserve. Mark taken just beyond the centre circles. Now the kick goes to centre half forward. But it's a good mark there taken by Leah at centre half back. So strong contested mark there. Chris Leah goes the switch. Comes out broadcast side of the ground. Cobram side that is. It's Taylor. Then goes short there looking for Naina. Gathered on the bounce and got around two opponents. So he's well chased there by Raslog, but it affected the kick. The ball goes to half forward for the Sharks, but it's going to be picked up there by Kirk, who's on all fours. He's battling hard. In comes Iacone. And he wraps up pulling, and we'll get a ball up in between the two interchange benches.
Yeah, both sides just testing each other out, and it's 18 on 18 right across the ground here, Willow.
Yeah, and Main wins that hit out. Ball rolls towards the boundary line. Pulling, happy to see it out of bounds.
So just with this boundary throw in on the centre wing, all the Sharks forwards are right up on the centre square here, so they've got the whole 60 metres behind them, whereas Wyndham Suns have got the normal full forward set up in their forward 50.
Throw in. It's going to be cleared by Moore for Wyndham. Kicks it to half forward. Bouncing ball inside 50. Sharks have got some plays back. They're able to defend through handballs there. They're caught up. They've done well though. The ball goes into the centre. Goddard Street reserve, but it's going to come back. Wasn't a well-directed kick. Or it could be a high tackle. Umpire said no, it wasn't. Let it go. Now the Centrals grab the ball, but they're in the old cricket pitch area there, so the ball's just sitting, just stopping there, but they paddle it forward. Now the ball ends up there with Schultz. He runs to the 50, kicks a low ball, and a good mark there in front. It's taken by Clayton. And he'll have a shot from 20 directly in front.
It was like a slips mark there, Willow.
There was, wasn't it?
He read it well. You can see the way the Sharks, they slingshot off that half-back flank because they push all the numbers up the ground, and then it leaves them plenty of space out the back, and they just kept the ball moving forward, and he should capitalise here. They need this goal.
So Clayton comes in, 20 out directly in front for the first score of the afternoon. Comes in, kicks it good, and it's straight. So first of the afternoon goes to Aaron Clayton, and it's Point Cook Centrals that lead by that goal. It's 1 straight 6 to Wyndham Suns, yet to score. We played 6.5 minutes first quarter.
Yeah, good start by the Sharks. Just controlling the ball by foot. You can see they hold it up and they chip it around, and they try and get it out onto this the car park side. But then they went straight up the middle, and it was good ball movement.
Yeah, every time they got inside 50, they've been low balls. They haven't kept it high, so
with
they're
the breeze and that, so
really looking to pinpoint their passes.
So back in the middle of Goddard Street Reserve, 1 straight 6, Point Cook Centrals. Wyndham Suns yet to score. The bounce favoured Ryan. He wins it down. Hampas comes out to the side for Iacone. He was caught in the tackle, and Pink for holding the ball. Good pressure in the middle by Main, the ruckman. So he's got it just forward of the centre circles. Taking his time.
Yeah, they'll just chip it around here and wait for the right option.
He sends a long ball inside the 50, searching for Henderson. It gets over his head. It was spoiled away. Henderson with the second go at it. Paddles it out towards his brother, Liam. Hooks a kick back inside the 50. Might favour Schultz if he can jump at it. He couldn't quite bring it down. Well done by Ryan. He was brought to ground. Good pressure. Scarpino had a play at it in the pocket, but then stepped over the boundary line. It will be thrown in. About 20 metres around from the Sharks' goal. At the throw-in, Ryan at the back. They jump on top.
Just call Henderson, Pep, all day.
Henderson
There's 3
all day.
of them. Can't go wrong.
Beautiful. At the ball up, Ryan wins it down. Paddled through a mess of players. Sharks tried to get a kick out. It comes the way of the Suns, though, and they can clear the danger zone. Kick straight down the guts. It was dangerous. Worked out okay, though, for Main for the Sharks. Lays it off to Henderson. Kicks to full forward. And Henderson, the other one. Luke pounces, dribbles, goals. 2 to start for the Sharks. They open up a 12-point lead. 2 straight 12-point Cook Centrals. Wyndham Suns yet to score. 9 minutes played in the opening term.
Yeah, also good body work by Clayton there just to allow that ball to bounce between him and his opponent. And they're playing well at the moment, the Sharks, as a team. They're backing each other up, they're attacking the footy, and they're putting blocks on. Full credit to them.
So 2 straight 12-point Cook Centrals lead. Wyndham Suns yet to score. 9 and a quarter gone, opening quarter. 88.9 WinFM match of the day here. The umpire throws the ball back up in the air. It's going to go forward again. This Schultz gets the clearance for Point Cook Centrals, holding off the ball. Umpire said no play on. Henderson's on the ground. It was Clayton actually. Went in, forced the stoppage, the spillage, sorry, then ends up with Luke Henderson, kick the last goal, centering kick, rolling towards goal. Running on, there's Barnes, can't keep it in, and it rolls over the line for 1 behind. So 2-1, 13 Point Cook Centrals lead the Suns. Yet to score, coming off the ground there, Michael Ryan for the Suns.
Nerelick's gone into the ruck for Wyndham 2.
So Williams has it at fullback. Takes a bounce, delivers short. Next ball, kick up the wing. It was a 3-on-1 in favour of the Sharks. They should win out comfortably. Smith, though, ran out of room close to the boundary line. And the Suns let him know about it, so it'll be a boundary throw-in on centre wing. Right next to our commentary position at Goddard Street Reserve. At the throw-in, Nerelick's in the ruck. He's got a height advantage. He reaches over the top, wins it down. Foster had a play at it. Down to Galena. He was claimed. It'll be another stoppage.
Yeah, it looks like there's a full tag on in a corner here, boys, with Jared Abaya now following into the forward pocket while he's having a rest.
Nerelick wants to do the ruck work again. It was knocked out away from him by Main, close to the line, and over it goes again. Another throw-in.
Yeah, guys, right below the throw-in, Ryan's just sitting on his backside. He had had his knee worked on by the physio. He doesn't look in a great way.
Boundary throw-in again. Nerelick front spot, wins it down. Chance for the Suns to get it through more. Instead, it's Foster who breaks free of the congestion, delivers nicely up the line, but it was fisted away expertly by Corrigan for the Sharks. So they gained about 20 metres, the Suns. They're at right half forward now, but another boundary throw-in.
Just got to do a bit more around these stoppages. They're winning the taps, the Suns.
So from the restart, could be no clearance yet. It's pushed back the wrong direction by the Centrals players, but they gain possession now. Kick is good. Finds Schultz in some space, kicks a low ball, but Kirk almost chopped it off there for the Suns, and the ball rolls out of bounds to win another throw-in on centre wing. 12 played now. 2-1-13. Point Cook Centrals. Wyndham Suns yet to score. Thrown back in. Quick kick from the clearance there was from Samet. He was tackled as he kicked. They still gain possession though, are the Suns, but they've lost it now. Some handball in close, doesn't work out though for Centrals now. It's stolen there by Foster for the Suns. Kicks it to centre half forward, but too much on the kick and the ball sails over the back, and Edwards takes an uncontested mark. Now he goes towards half back. Picked up on the bounce there by Barnes. Now they switch out wide to the outer side. They move it by foot there. The ball bounces towards the cricket pitch area there. Sagona running onto it. Whistle.
Oh, no.
Throw.
No umpire.
Snacker says no. We'll go with...
No, good quick hands.
So free kick in the middle of the ground. The Valor for Wyndham.
Geez, they were out then too, the Sharks.
Short kick there. It's a good one. Finds more. Still inside the centre square. For the centre, he goes a low ball as well, inside 50, bouncing ball in the Kirk direction. Oh, that's not Kirk there, it was Reece Kirk, sorry.
Kirk.
The other one. Everyone's got the same now, picked up by Foster.
It's a brothers match.
It is. Kick goes in the right forward pocket. Now it's quickly picked up there by Bassato. Has he kicked it? Yep. We'll wait for the all clear. Yes, what a goal. Bradley Bassato with the banana from the right forward pocket. gets the Suns on the board after 13 and a half minutes. They trail by 7 points. 2-1-13, Point Cook. Wyndham Suns won straight.
Yeah, we talk about the small forwards, their opportunist goals, and that was a beauty, that one, especially up where the wind's blowing into that pocket. And he was lucky he kicked it there, Willow. Yeah. He had a couple of teammates in the goal square, but that's a spark they might need.
You're right there, mate. Have a drink.
He's lost it.
Have some Gatorade.
Can, I think.
Need something warm this afternoon. Back in the middle, up they fly. In the ruck this time was Jerkovic for the Suns. Gets the clearance as well. Kicks a high ball to half forward. It was misjudged there for the Sharks by Corrigan. Allowed the Suns to have a play at it, but Corrigan did really well. Got the hand pass away. Gave it up straight to Nahina, though. He sold his teammate into trouble. A chance for Jerkovic out to the side. He wants to go inboard again. He works it inside to Galena, who plays on. Delivers into the middle of the ground. This is well worked by the Suns. Taylor inside 50. Oh, Gill slipped at the crucial moment. Allows the Sharks to recover. Kick up towards half forward. Liam Henderson best placed. He lost the front spot and then a little soccer, but it was in danger according to the umpire. And they get a reprieve at half back. The Suns. A short ball finds Asher Kirk. And he can switch it further afield for Nahina, who just paddles it to his advantage, gets a bit of space ahead of Clayton of the Sharks, puts them inside the 50, one-on-one contest, front spot Sharks, and he wins a free kick for it. Well done against Hayden Inakoni, who had to apply some illegal pressure to halve the contest, and he gives away the free kick. So from half back, the Sharks can reload. 2-1-13, Wyndham Suns 1 straight 6. Short ball was searching for Gat, but he ran out of room, so a throw in. 15 and a half minutes gone on 88.9 Win FM. Pepe Cavalieri, Andrew Wilson, Gary Turner and Cade Lucas. If you're at the ground and want to tune in, it's 90.1 for no delay.
So throw in, right half forward for the Sharks. Ball goes to the back, umpire lets it go. Heena's wrapped up in a strong tackle. Quick snap out of the pack from Butler, goes to half forward. This ball now rolls inside 50. Players push it towards the boundary line and it rolls out of bounds just inside 50, about 45 round from the Suns' goal. Kicking to the right on your radio dial. Here at Goddard Street Reserve. 16 and a quarter played. Umpire restarts. Ball go down to the front. Quick snap there by Coney. High ball into the forward pocket. That's a whistle. Or a free kick. It was Marcus taken by the Sharks, but they paid a free kick instead, the umpires. Short ball. It's good. Colbert. Still inside defensive 50. Just going to drive it long. Hoping for a good target there, but it's chopped off there by Foster for the Suns. So he kicks it, pops it inside 50 to the pocket. It's not a great spot for it, but the mark's been taken by Kirk. Reece Kirk there in the forward pocket, hard up against the boundary. 40 from goal, tight angle. The subtle kicked the goal. It was a lot closer, but Banana, I don't know how we go for distance. Cade, if you're there, into the breeze, you think you'll have any issue with the distance? All right, just lost Kate there for a moment. So Reece Kirk comes in, kicks on its way.
Don't worry about the distance.
All the accuracy. An absolute cracking goal there. Looked like it was a long shot, but he did it beautifully, Reece Kirk. Goal number 20 on the season. Cuts the margin back to a point. Wyndham Suns 2 straight. Point Cook Central's 2-1-13. 17, nearly 18 gone. First quarter.
Isn't it amazing, Willow? The goal kicker, Kirk, when it left his boot, he had the arm up in the air, but the Sharks defenders thought it went through for a point. So,
so
someone's lying.
it looks like the umpire thought it did too.
From where I'm standing, that and the banana beforehand did, to the naked eye, look like a point. Obviously, the goal umpire's a lot closer than me, but neither of them looked like they went through off the boot.
Well, interestingly enough, the initial signal the umpire made was the across the chest for the behind, and then he signalled the goal. So I'm not quite sure about that, but anyway, it's a goal, and the Suns trail by a point. Back in the middle numbers with Point Cook Centrals. There's a free kick being picked out, and it's going the way of the Suns to Hayden Inakoni in the middle of the ground. He pokes a kick up inside the 50. It was well worked. Good pressure, though, from Sagona, who came late for the Sharks. At the bottom of the pack was Butler. Threw it onto his boot. High ball didn't travel too far. Camped underneath it was Brad Edwards. Pokes a short pass for Colbert, who wanted to move it quickly, but the relief hand pass was shut down by the Suns. Now the ball out wide. That's a good kick for Calero if he can pick it up. It was socket off the ground by Nerlich in the end defensive side, and now the Sharks can get on their bike on the outer side, but unfortunately they ran out of room. Barnes could have picked it up and almost run all the way to half forward, but it went over the line, so it'll be thrown in.
Lockie Sammett's come off with what looks like a knee injury for Wyndham. Ryan's still off as well, and the man with the glasses, Callum Watkins, is on the field, so a couple of injury issues early for the Suns.
At the throw-in, Inakoni lays a strong tackle for the Suns. Didn't allow the Sharks to break free. It'll be balled up again.
They're just starting to win around the stoppages now, the Suns. So the Sharks have got to try and nullify, get on top in this area.
So the ball up from centre wing outer side. Suns try to gain possession. They can't now. They can. The handball was smothered. Icones there picks it up, did well. Handballed out into some space there. Got it in the direction there of Moore. Kicks it to half forward. Mark wasn't taken. Ball spills to the back of the pack. And now it rolls out of bounds. 40 metres out from the Suns' goal. So we've got the throw in, 40 out. The umpire just gets the ball now. So 20 and a half minutes played. First quarter. Suns 2 straight. Sharks 2-1. Thrown in. Plenty of players around the ball. Coming in late tackles, Duplessis. And we'll get a ball up. So still deep inside Wyndham's forward 50. They're up near in the forward pocket. Hit out one there by the Suns, but it's going to be kicked clear by Duplessis. Kicks it to halfback, but the mark's been taken by the Suns, and they drive it long to full forward into the goal square. Clears the pack. Ball rolling towards the boundary line. It stays in. Basuttel's got it. Kicks a centering ball, looking for Valor, but a good fist there by Schultz. Sees the ball out of bounds and a throw in. 55 out now from Wyndham Sun in the opposite forward pocket.
Couple of around the ground scores, Willow. Tarnate 3-2-20 leading Laverton yet to score, and Braybrook 2-1-13 over North Sunshine 1-1-7 in other matches around Division 3.
Toss back in, Suns with a grubby clearance inside 50. Trying to put his body on the line was Nahina, couldn't. Now Centrals look to repel. Kick goes into the centre in the Dean Henderson direction. Bouncing ball. He's in a one-on-one there with Leah. Leah gathers. A bit too strong there for Henderson. Hit his short ball. There's a good kick. Mark's been taken out there by Gill for the Suns. Short ball. That's a really wide kick. That's kept in there by Butler. He's hard up against the boundary line. Umpire lets them play. Eventually, it's seen out of bounds there by Jesse Bruce for Point Cook Centrals. So throw in that left half forward for the Wyndham Suns.
At the throw-in between wing and half forward for Wyndham Suns, but it looks like the Sharks are going to break away and they've got space to run into. The bounce almost didn't come back. It worked out okay for Schultz, running through the middle, wants to hand pass forward, instead pokes the kick in the Henderson direction. It's Dean. He had to fist it to his advantage close to the boundary line, and in the end happy to see it out. So it'll be tossed back into play. 15 metres out from goal in the right forward pocket to the end. The Sharks are attacking. They've been outplayed so far the last 10 minutes, but gee, they look dangerous when they flick it over the back and run over. Throw in. Hack ball out of defence for the Suns. Might work out okay, and maybe they can slingshot their way forward. Out towards the wing. Who's going to get there first? The Suns do well. Watkins receives the hand pass from Nahina. Gets caught in the tackle and is pinged for holding the ball by the umpire. Free kick claimed by Pullen. Goes into the middle of the ground for Colbert. Running through the middle. Delivers inside the 50. Well-weighted kick, but getting back with the flight was Scarpino. He filled the hole and took the mark. He's got Nahina on the out at right half-back. He sends a long ball up towards half-forward. Target was Watkins, never had a play in it, but did well to apply the pressure. Coming in was Duplessis for the Sharks. Whistle on the play. Free kick to Point Cook Central's at defence. It goes against Busuttil, the goal kicker from earlier. The kick goes towards Jack Gatt at centre half-back, and he sweeps a long ball out wide for Jesse Bruce, who can pick it up. He's corralled there by Butler, but he did well in the end. Sold his teammate into trouble, did well to get it back. Hand pass forward to the play. They've always got the spare man, the Sharks, it seems. Colbert at right half forward. Spearing ball to full forward. Beautiful kick on a long lead. And Razlog takes the mark at full forward. It was a great build-up.
I was going to say, if they've got time and space like that, the Sharks, they had numbers running forward, just their foot skills at the moment. Nothing the back line, I think it was Kane Williams there, could do with that kick up the centimetre perfect.
Deep into time on in the opening term. Braden Razlog will kick from 40 metres out. Not much angle to speak of. He kicks a goal. Beautiful finish from the young man. And he gives the Centrals a 7-point lead at the 25-minute mark. 3-1-19, the Sharks. The Suns, 2 straight 12.
Good game of footy, this one, Pep, especially when it gets out into the open. You can see what the Sharks want to do. They want to get it out that far side. They've attacked out that far side all quarter into this bit of a breeze. But then on the Suns, on the other hand, have gone through Simon Nana out on this wing. So
Nahina.
What's his name? Robin Nahas.
Robbie Nahas, yeah. So quick clearance there by Iconi, kicks it inside 50. Now quick reply there by Reece Kirk for Wyndham Suns. It took about 45 seconds. They're back within a point, 3 straight. 18 Wyndham Suns lead Point Cook Centrals 3-1-19. There's a 26-minute mark now.
It was a bit too easy out of the middle there, Willow, and that's where the Suns have started to get on top of these stoppages. The big fella, Michael Ryan, back in the ruck now. So it'll be interesting to see how the Sharks at the moment. What's going on there? Where's the football?
Over the fence
Still over the fence.
Front yard.
I was wondering why I was waiting.
Yes, they're just pitching it out of the front yard of one of the homes over there. Michael Ryan, yes, as you mentioned, Smackers, Ryan's back on the field. He did seem to be in a bit of pain earlier, but whatever the physio's done has worked, and Nerolick is off the ground having a spell.
The ball is on his way back. Finally, took longer to get the ball back than it was to kick back-to-back goals.
Yeah, you're right.
So that was Reece Kirk with his second of the afternoon. He leads all goal kickers so far this afternoon, all singles on the rest of the way. The ball's back in the middle. Umpire throws it back up and bursting through the centre there. Liam Henderson for the Centrals kicks the full forward. Man was in front there, was Dean Henderson, couldn't take the mark. Ball still on the ground, still inside, attacking 50. Centrals players come in late, good tackle. Ball upset about 50 out from the Sharks' goal. Umpire gets it play back underway. A lot of players around the ball. Umpire ball will come in, ball it up again. Pretty much same spot, 50 out for the Sharks' goal. Tossed back up. Ball now back inside the centre squares, but it's controlled by the Sharks. Or no, maybe it isn't. But they run back in, grab it, but great tackling there by the Suns defenders there. Moore kicks it to half forward for Wyndham. Bouncing ball, chopped off though by the Sharks defenders. Oh, it's a dodgy handball. Kirk grabs it, kicks it to half forward, looking for Valor. Can't pick it up. Now he does. He's fumbled it. No, he goes in yet again. Handball's back to Iconi, who's pushed up to the contest. Now kicks a low ball into the forward pocket. Ball sails over the head of Kirk. Still stays in for Subtle there, coming in, lay the tackle. We'll get a ball up. We will, 50 out for the Suns' goal. 28.5 minutes played first quarter. 3-1-19, Point Cook Centrals, Wyndham Suns.